Hello and welcome to another episode. My name is Katrina McKell and I'm using one of Dr. Dot's science experiments. She has an online science club which has just started and it is now £20 a month, I believe. If you're interested, please see the comment below. So today I'm going to do chromatography. What we will need for this experiment is a black felt tip pen. I've got two different pens to try out, a Sharpie and a calligraphy pen. I have also got coffee filter paper, and I've got some beakers with a little layer of water and a spare beaker just in case we have too much water. Now, top tip, you can add or take away from the water, but not so easily with the pens. So, to start off with, we need to put a little layer of cold water into the see-through cup, which I've already done, and then we need to take a black felt tip and draw a line near the edge of the paper, making sure that it is above the watermark. So I'm just going to draw it about here. Okay, let me mark. This can be quite tricky to do, but if you get a rough idea of where the meniscus of the water is, then you can, like I said, add or take away from the water as needed. Okay, that's fine. So remember to put your caps back on your pens, and let's do this one first. So I'm just getting some tape here. I find that using a wasabi tape is quite helpful because it rips easily, as you can see, whereas sellotape, as we all know, is notoriously difficult and you can end up in quite a tangle. So I'm going to attach this to my pencil, and I'm going to stick it to this piece of paper, and that should balance quite nicely on top of the cup of water. I actually need another pencil, and I've got one here, and I'm going to draw the line first. So we'll use this one. Just mark here. That's a lot easier to draw on, actually. Okay. Now, you might want to experiment with the thickness of the line as well, to see what results you get. You might want to try different kinds of paper as well, such as what does printer paper do, or paper that you cook with. What does that do? Baking paper. I mean, what does lined paper do? You know, you could try that. Just have a go and comment in the comments how yours have turned out. So yeah, I'm just doing the same. Okay, so to make this a fair experiment, I'm going to do it at the same time. So just putting them in the water, and as you can see, the water is rising very quickly on this one. Now this one was the calligraphy pen, and you can see that the line is just going upwards, but it's not really separating the colours, which is what we're looking for. Whereas this one, the water has just reached the line and it's not doing anything else. And the reason why I think that is because the Sharpie pen is a permanent marker, and it's designed not to separate into the pigments. It is designed to last a lot longer. It is not soluble in water, whereas this one, as we can see, is. So it's quite interesting, really, that we've only really got grey and black here. We don't really have any other colours. Okay, so I've gone away and I've got 2 more different types of black pen to try out to see if we can get any more colours running through. The first pen that I've got is a fine liner. So let's just draw a line on the paper, again checking the meniscus mark, which is very important. There we go. Okay, and now on this piece of paper I'm going to use a black biro. Again, making sure that I check the meniscus. Now, biros, there we go. Biros are a bit temperamental when it comes to drawing. Right, where's that? So I've saved the tape so we're not wasting stuff. That's another thing that I like about wasabi tape, is that you can reuse it, whereas with sellotape, nope. So just sticking this on here, and the other one. Okay, so again, I'm going to put this into the water at the same time. And the water is rising very quickly. So what we can see is that the water has risen above the pen marks, way above actually, but on both of them we're just not seeing a separation of colours. So it seems to me that the best pen to use out of all 4 of them is the calligraphy pen, because then we can see the water spreading, but we only seem to get 2 colours. Okay, so the final pen that I thought we'd try out is a Aqua Naturale brush. It's actually used for painting, but I thought it might be quite a fun way to see what this does. So I'm just placing it in the water. Ooh, now what you can see is that the colours are rising very fast, which shows that this pen, as predicted, is soluble in water. But it seems to me that the biro, the fine liner, and the Sharpie pen were not soluble in water. Now, as this starts to develop, it's really interesting because you can see that it kind of starts off at the black line and goes into grey, and now it's developing into this nice bluey purple, which the other one, the calligraphy pen, didn't really seem to do. This is the calligraphy pen, and this is the brush pen. And I think it stopped there. So, the final thing to tell you is that chromatography can be used for many things. It is used in forensic science. So you can put blood samples on a piece of paper to separate it using water, and that will tell you which blood type it is. You can use it again, the pens that we've used to figure out which pen was used to write a note. So that's quite a fun game that you could have at home, is write a ransom note and find out whose pen wrote the note. I was thinking that you could use it for arts and crafts even. So if you find a pen that separates into lots of colours like that, isn't that amazing? You could use it. I think this looks a bit like the night sky. And you could draw like a city skyline on it. Or you could experiment with different coloured pens and see if you can create different colours and use that for a flower or a doll's dress. And yeah, so this is a chemistry. It's used to determine the chemical composition of mixtures. And you could, some labs even use it to test how good food and drink is, what quality it is. So that is all I've got to say. I've really enjoyed this experiment. It's been quite a challenge to get the right pens. But again, please follow Dr. Dot's online science club, and see you in my next video. Bye.